Okay, let's look at some real-time trades here. All right, here we go. Looking to build a short position as the price action spikes upwards. The longs are beginning to get overextended, moving up into resistance zones. We've placed a number of sell orders up above here to short the market. We're looking for price action to spike up into those sell orders and absorb as many as possible before a move down. Natural tendency is just to want to jump in, but we're letting the price action come to us. We have a fill. Additional fills. More orders waiting up above in case it does continue to move upwards. If not, we're happy to take the contracts that did get filled and ride them to the downside, hopefully. Waiting patiently as a top begins to form, we hope. Taking a moderate amount of risk. Longs continue to try to push the price action upwards, but they're not making any progress. And so in theory, what will happen is as they begin to see they're not making any more progress, more and more traders will begin to bail on the trade on the long side, thus moving the price action downward. Seeing some shorts begin to come in, 2 red candles. Just waiting here patiently. We could add to the position, but I'd rather wait and see if it spikes up any further to fill our orders rather than chasing these 2 red candles down. Bear is trying to put in a nice little V-shaped top here. We're already well in the profit, but we're looking for a little bit more of a move downward before locking in our profit. We'll begin to set some profit targets here momentarily. Waiting patiently. Okay, and we're back after waiting another 3 or 4 minutes. Each candle you see up above represents 1 minute. We've set some profit orders in case it spikes down below, and we'll adjust those accordingly as it begins to move downward to harvest some profit. moving one of the profit orders up a little bit. We want to be sure to lock in at least some profit in case this does decide to spike upward. I don't have to capture every single ounce of profit. There we go, there's one fill. I'm happy to just harvest some profit every day, adding gain after gain after gain. We've already taken profit on one contract, looking to take profit on the second two contracts, moving the second one up a little bit higher to make sure we can lock in the profit. And there we have a second fill. Two profits, locked in profit. A third contract. We'll move it up a little bit so that we can lock this third contract in and call it a great trade. Okay, here we go. We see a nice little top forming. We're looking to enter with 5 contracts short. In 5 contracts short. Looking for a nice top here to push us downward. Okay, a little time has gone by. Price has moved up as it continues to try to form a top here. You'll notice the line up above is a high resistance level. We could see price action move up into that area, but we're going to wait patiently. Here we are, some more time. We did see some green for a bit, and now it has moved back up to this area to retest it. See if it will go higher or if it will continue to meet stiff resistance and a top. All right, some more time has gone by. The trade has moved in our favor, continued to form a top, and is now making its way down. We are in the green. However, we're looking for a break of the 200-day moving average there, the pink solid and dotted line. 5 contracts short. Looking to capture some profit here eventually. Waiting patiently. Would like to see a further break of this green channel line that it's trying to cling to. And by the way, just doing a little voiceover in hindsight here, I was tempted to edit this particular trade down further since it is kind of long, but I thought it was good to leave it in this way because it does represent a typical trade. Very long, seemingly mentally frustrating, and you just have to be patient and disciplined to wait for your target. It is possible we could move all the way back up to the top of the green channel line. However, I believe this price movement at the moment is just an effort to lure more bulls in so that when it does break the lower boundary of the green channel line, there will be a stronger drop lower. This trade taking longer than anticipated. which is quite often the case. Reaching the target, reaching the goal, very rarely comes quickly or easily. Putting a stop order in place just below our break-even point. We don't want to risk it spiking up and not only losing all of our profit, but then going in the red. So since we are making such great progress downward, we're putting in that pink stop order just in case it does spike up. We can take a very small gain, but we definitely don't want to let it spike up and take a loss. So that's just a little protection there. However, we're looking to take a profit at the breakage of this pink solid and dashed line, 200-day moving average and 200-day exponential moving average. Commonplace for it to gravitate towards, and if it breaks it, we could see a nice little push downward, which we would like to capture the results of. Moving our profit target up, looking to harvest some profit here. We've got in and waited up top there, and now we look for the benefit of our patience. Let it come down and fill our profit order. Continuing to wait patiently for it to fill our order. And filled. Okay, here we go. One contract long, looking for a move to the upside, looking to fill more contracts as we head back upwards. This channel is expected to break to the upside, and we want to fill as many of these contracts as possible. Currently have one, looking to fill at least one more. Not trying to chase it, we're letting it come to us. There's our second fill. All right, so we're now just waiting for those two contracts to make a move higher. Alternatively, we do have 3 waiting below here at the first level and 3 more waiting at a deeper level. If we just move up from here, that's fine. We'll make some profit. If we come down lower, then we're looking to load the boat further for an eventual move to the upside. You can see the pink lines up above representing the 200-day moving averages, which is where price action will naturally, likely gravitate towards. Already seeing some good profit. We've been patiently waiting here for the move to the upside. It's taking quite some time as usual. Finally now starting to see some bigger green candles here to the upside, where we will start to consider taking profit. readying a few sell orders up above to take profit. We'll observe price action here and the indicators and move one contract into position. Move another down here into position in case we get a big spike up. It's always a fine line between taking profit or waiting longer for a bigger move. We're looking for price to at least come up here to this dotted pink line, which is the 200 exponential moving average. All right, here still waiting patiently. It's always a little battle in this area, as this is where also shorts will begin to come in and sell off the moving average. So bulls are also taking profit as it reaches the moving average, but more than likely it's going to spike up into the moving average, and we want to optimize our profit. Adjusting my sell order. And taking profit. Okay, so here we go, shorting the S&P 500 futures contract, starting off with 5 contracts short entered. You'll notice I have 3 more sections of 5 contracts apiece above. I'm willing to risk 20 ES futures contracts short. Right now I only have 5. The other 15 can be utilized if the price goes higher. You'll notice the red zone is a zone I've determined is a good short. It's high resistance, as well as where longs who have had a good long move will look to take profit. I'm currently watching the price action, looking for signs of a top. You'll see we're meeting heavy resistance. Price is struggling to move higher. A red candle comes in. And because I'm seeing it begin to struggle, I'm looking to add 5 more contracts here before the move lower. Of course, it can go higher from here, which is why I'm waiting and being disciplined not to use all of my contracts at one time. With it failing to move higher, I'm looking to enter with 5 more contracts here shortly. Move my contracts down to get a fill. And there we go, 5 more contracts filled. Now 10 contracts total. Looking for a move down. remaining patient. 2 more sections of 5 contracts apiece above in case I need them. Starting to see some more topping action. Setting a profit target down below in case we get a big spike down below. My profit order is waiting. More than likely, I will eventually move my profit order up once I'm well in the profit. We'll just wait for this. Okay, and now we should start to see some movement down. The bulls have failed to be able to take it higher. And so more bulls will begin to take profit, potentially, causing a move down. Seen a decent red candle down with 10 contracts. We're already well in the profit. And while I'd like to wait for it to come all the way down to where I currently have my profit target, I'm more apt to take my profit and move my profit target up to lock in the profit with 10 contracts. You always want to wait a little bit to see if there's the potential for a big spike down. Give it a little bit of time. But at the same time, when you see that profit building up there in your account, you don't want to be greedy, and so you want to take it. Seeing a little bit further continuation to the downside here. Obviously a very slow trade here, but this is how trading works. It's a slow grind often with periodic lightning spikes up and down. Some buyers are coming in, trying to push it back up. At the same time, there's a lot of selling going on. Making some further progress to the downside. I'm moving up my Profit target, probably move it up some more here shortly to lock in the gains with 10 contracts. I don't want to risk losing the profit that's ready to be captured right there, even though it could make a further larger downside move. It's always a potential, but at the same time, I want to lock in my profit. And with it seemingly stalling out a little bit here, I'm going to move up my profit target and go ahead and lock in a nice big win with 10 contracts. Waiting for it to come down and lock in that profit. Needs to fill 10 contracts. And there we go, 10 contracts filled. Here we are back in the same area, shorting once again. This time we're using 20 contracts to start off with. What one can do with one contract, one can do with 5 contracts. And what one can do with 5 contracts, one can do with 20 contracts. It's the art of finding reliable moves and is using as much capital as possible. Here we are back, looking to add 20 more contracts. Looking to add 20 more contracts to bring us to 40 contracts total. We got our fill now with 40 contracts total short, looking for the move downward. We just had a good size move down. 20 contracts short, plus 20 contracts short. 40 contracts short total. And you can see with even just a fairly small move, what is considered a small move in today's market, look at the profit. Moving the profit target up just a little bit. We don't want a quick reversal to take our profit away. Trying to get it to come down and take and fill our spot. Waiting patiently. Let the market come to us. And there we go, 40 contracts filled short. Okay, looking to short the S&P 500, and we're in short 20 contracts. Looking to add 20 more contracts here, and possibly a third set of 20 contracts for 60 total contracts. We're now in 40 contracts short. Looking for a fill to bring us to 60 contracts. We're shorting the same area for the third time in a row today, this red area. All indications are that it's a good short. Therefore, we're now in 60 contracts short. Okay, back, waiting patiently, waiting for the short to move to the downside. Waiting for a top to be put in. All right, we did make a little bit of progress to the downside. Not much, but with 60 contracts short, we've already seen a good amount of green right here. However, with the boat pretty full, we're looking for a good size move to the downside. 60 contracts short. This can make us a very, very large amount of profit. Okay, we've had a little bit further progress to the downside. Starting to break and get a little momentum here, possibly to the downside. Moving our profit target up, letting the price come to us. See if we can get a nice big fill on this move to the downside. Okay, we're back, still waiting for it to come down and fill our order. It's coming down right here to the 200-day exponential moving average. Waiting patiently for a fill. Looks like we missed a fill just by one little tick there. That is the risk you take. Came right down to where we had our target, but we did not get filled. And now it's bounced a bit to the upside. Okay, as you can see, we moved our profit target down lower again, but as you can see, it came down right to where we had our profit target, and now it's moved back up almost to our entry point. So one tick away from capturing almost $9,500. We're still in the green. We could take it, but I still do believe it's going to move to the downside. So we're just going to wait patiently for the trade to continue to develop. 60 contracts short. And we have plenty of time left. So let's see how it develops. It's always a fine line between taking your profit and waiting for a bigger move and being patient. So we risked it and it bounced. Okay, back again. Making some more progress to the downside. We could take profit at any point, but I really would like to see it break to the downside a bit further here. Drawing trend lines here. You can see it's channeling in this between these two lines. All right, we're back, and you can see it's still holding here in between these two channel lines, turning into a much longer trade than we had hoped, but that's usually the case, as we've seen in just about all these trades. And now it's luring bulls to jump into the long side to move up and break through the channel to the upside. But I still do believe that there's a downside move here in this red resistance zone. Therefore, we continue to wait patiently with our short. We still are in the green. However, it's gone down and up and down and up many times here. Been quite frustrating. Now it's threatening to break to the upside. Okay, and we're back, and continues to fight, trying to make to the break to the upside, but getting pushed down. And that's what we're hoping for, is another push to the downside. It's beginning to wear on my patience and causing me to want to take profit here shortly, as we are loaded with 60 contracts and we are in significant profit. Once having 9,500 profit and missing our fill by one tick. But here we go with another opportunity to take our profit. As you can see, we're a good distance from where we entered, or our average entry price up above, and we're in the 8,500 to 9,500 profit zone, which could turn into quite more if it really broke to the downside here. But we've been frustrated many times by it finding some support here in the zone, so I'm more apt to get ready to take some profit as we get closer and closer to the end of the day, and you have to know when to take your profit and run. Okay, as you can see, it came down, spiked up with a nice big green candle. Obviously, in hindsight, you can always say, well, should have took profit there, should have took profit there, should have took profit there. Was hoping for a bigger move to the downside. Doesn't look like that's quite going to happen. Okay, and now we're pushing to the downside once again. Since we are getting a little bit later in the trading session, I'm looking to take the profit here and close things out with a really nice big win here in the 9,000 to 10,000 range. 10,000 would be ideal, and we have a nice little red candle there. Let's see if it'll give its fill, and we have a fill. 60 contracts short, $10,000 profit. In video 2, I explained to you about futures trading and my proposal for us to make money together. In this video, video 3, I've demonstrated some actual live trades so you can see what live trading is like and potential profit for varying sizes of trades. So now the question is, are you interested in my proposal? If you are interested in discussing this opportunity further, please contact me at your earliest convenience. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have and to further discuss this with you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your consideration in this opportunity.